All right, we're back with Brittany and Tony talking about launching. It's coming up. When's the official day, Brittany? When's the launch day? Next Friday?
March, yeah, March 6th.
Cool. Okay. I think last time we said we dive into your already written emails, take a look at those, see what might be could be updated. We had also mentioned you had written a great blog post, kind of sharing your journey as a blogger. That could be an
Mm-hmm.
email. I don't know if you sent that out as an email yet, but I know we talked about adding it. You did? Cool. Any response?
I do. When you tell me something, I'm like pedal to the metal. I do it immediately. Like
It's
we
a
hung
little
up and I was
scary. I'm
like,
gonna have to. I'm gonna have to check myself because yeah, you do. As soon as we discuss it, you end up doing it.
I
Um,
know, I know.
and when did the email go out?
Okay,
Yesterday.
so what day is
Today's Thursday.
today's Thursday? Did it go out yesterday? Yeah, it either went out yesterday or today. I think it went
Okay.
out yesterday. And the responses I got were like beyond. I've never had
Awesome.
so many email responses.
Oh,
Yeah. And
let's talk about this. Yes, this is perfect. This is what we were hoping for.
yeah, I know. I was like, oh my God. And, I think honestly, the reason why I got the responses, some were like, thank you for sharing your story. But most of them were because I did ask, I said, hey, I'm going to be doing an Instagram or blog audit during my live tomorrow night. If anybody wants to volunteer themselves, drop your Instagram handle. So I had
Awesome.
everybody like Instagram handle and then like a whole, novel about what they're trying to do. And so it was a lot. And like now I kind of feel like I should have maybe outlined the guidelines for that. Like I can only take two people because I'm not going to be able to get to those people because I already had DMs from other people who wanted to hop in. So I have like a top 10 list, but I really think I'm only going to be able to do like one or two.
So yeah, so I have so many things to talk about with this. So number one, awesome job getting the email out. That's fantastic. And I'm so
Great.
happy people responded. I mean, even getting people just to be like, "Thanks for sharing your story." Like, no one does that for just like a regular email. So it must have been a really good email that hit people the right way. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And definitely like asking people a question. So you asked something specific. You were like, "Let me know if you want to be brought on live, right, for the IG live." But especially
Mhm.
during a launch, but you could always be emailing people with questions, and like if you have an email topic, maybe your next one is like three biggest. You have an email. It's like my three biggest mistakes starting out as a blogger, right? And then you finish by saying hit reply and tell me what your biggest mistake is or has been as a blogger. It helps, like, some people will respond. It gives you their language that you can then use in all of your copy, which is like the best copy you can use. And it will help shape kind of the direction of your marketing and maybe even the course, just getting that feedback. So I would, put a lot of
Yeah.
question. Always put a question in an email if it makes sense. Um,
I,
and
I put a question in like email, my blog post on Instagram. I
cool.
always throw the question in, but like I've never received the response that I did for this. But again, it's because I was pretty much like giving away what I charge people for. Like I
Right.
do coaching and one-on-one consulting. So of course everybody's like, hell yeah, sign me up.
But I think
Um,
that's good. But people did respond saying like, "Thanks for sharing," right? And so that helped. But yeah, so I think also maybe there's something to take away is people are eager to get this kind of help. And maybe it could help you showcase what you do if you found other ways to do these quick little audits, like these little, like, these Instagram lives are a great way to do it. But we have clients that we have one client, we love what she does. She used to do a launch model for her program. She doesn't as much anymore. Now it's a little more evergreen. But she builds up, she does a large amount of ad spend every month, building up her email list. And then once a month, she does this kind of Ask Me Anything Facebook Live, where, she emails her list. We promote it like it's a webinar, but it's just hop on. You can ask me any question. She's a life coach. She's like, ask me any question and I'll help you work through it and we'll all do it together. And then at the end, she sells her program very lightly. Like, oh yeah, like if you're interested in this, I just open up the cart. And she gets a ton of sales that way. You could do something like that, like once a month, you email your list and people just know. Do you do something like that already?
no, I mean, well, actually that brings up a question that I have. pump out so much content. And I think I've mentioned this in our past calls. I do one YouTube a week. I do one blog post a week. I have one newsletter every other week. I have Instagram 3 to 4 times a week. I have TikTok 2 to 3 times a week. And what else do I have? Pinterest every day. So it's a lot. And I'm like, and I'm like, kind of like, I'm feeling it now. And I'm wondering how much is too much? Like, I don't know if like I'm saying the right things, or like, I don't know if I'm selling them because people just like keep take. And I don't know. I mean, you know, should I, because for a while I was going on Instagram Live once a week, and then that was too much. So I stopped it. And then because you suggested it, now I've picked it back up and it's been awesome. But like, you know, is what I'm doing now too much? Like, is it giving away too much?
Well, what kind of content are you doing like on YouTube? What is it like tips, like weekly tips? Is it more of a show?
Yeah, it's kind of like a show. It's called Blog with Brit. So I like people send me in their questions. They haven't lately, they haven't recently, just because engagement across the board has been down for just influencers in general. But these are questions that I had from like a few months ago. So I take 3 questions and then I answer them in a Blog with Brit video.
Okay. Yeah, I do like that. I mean, that could be, I always think about how you can duplicate this. I mean, you could do that as a Facebook Live and then upload it to YouTube. Because would that be similar to how it works? Like you answer the questions on the YouTube because you use 3 questions. You could do a Facebook Live that way, and then you get 2 places to share it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. The other thing, like with that, going back to my point about engagement's low, I don't know if I were to hop on and be like, okay, ask me 3 questions, like if I would actually get that response. I think I only got it on the lives. Like last time, my live was only supposed to be like 20 to 30 minutes. It went for like 45 because people then got comfortable and they were asking all these questions and I couldn't shut them up. But so I think it's better if I come in with a topic and then be like, okay, now it's open Q&A. But that kind of defeats the purpose of Blog with Brit because I'm answering their questions. Or maybe not. I don't know.
No, I'm just trying to think. I mean, I think, and do you do blogging? How much do you blog still?
Once a week.
Because like I think you might be like, I think it's great to have that content out there. It's definitely a longer term play. It has SEO. Yeah. People can have a lot of resources. But changing your mix of like pure content to marketing content might be helpful. Instead of writing 4 blog posts a month, maybe you write 2 and take 2 weeks promoting that one blog post or promoting that topic or using that time to like really let it breathe. Like, maybe if your blog post is on a topic, that then for 2 weeks is all your other kind of your Instagram Live, your Facebook Live, all that, although your emails are all about that topic. That might help you kind of find a balance of the content creation. Because like something like the blog that disappears and, people find it later, but your own audience might never have seen it unless you're emailing them about it and talking about it on the other platforms.
Right.
So that might be something to think about. But yeah, I think it's always a lot, and so it's about prioritizing kind of what works and works for you. Especially during the launch. Like post-launch, we can debrief and maybe brainstorm more of those like non-launch things and try and find you some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, for this, let's figure out, because I think the Instagram Live is awesome. The fact that you emailed and asked people like how they need help. And then your course does this for them, but then takes it like 20 steps further, right?
What my Instagram Live is going to be about tonight?
Yeah, like the brand, because you did like on the last one you did the brand audits a little bit, right? Or not brand audit, but it was like auditing their topic and how they talk about it and how niche it is.
Yeah. So the last live was like 5 mistakes bloggers make. And then this one is like how to grow 5 ways to grow your blog and like move past the mistakes. And that is basically what the Blogger Blueprint is about. It tells you what not to do. It tells you what to do, how to fix what you've already done and like course correct. And then it talks about, it basically takes you start to finish for how to create a sustainable, successful online business, like branding, time management, about, how you were like talking about prioritizing. That's in the Blogger Blueprint. Like I have it in there. It's just so hard for me to follow, but
yeah,
basically these are principles that I use on the day to day. It's like my strategy, my everyday, how I went from literally being like broke and hating my job and not having a job, and then to where I am now, loving it and working 14-hour days because I love it so much.
Yeah, and I think that's perfect. And so I think the one thing for the Instagram Live to remember is promote the wait list early and often, especially if it connects this well to the topic. So theoretically, you'll have more people on because people got the email, people raise their hand, so in the first 10 minutes, you might want to mention it 2 or 3 times just because like as people join and grow, and then maybe after each person you audit, you mention it again, right? Like don't forget if you just joined.
I feel like uncomfortable with mentioning, like I don't even, so I open it and I'm like, hey guys, oh, by the way, I don't know if you know, but like I feel weird again. I mean, last time it happened naturally because it was towards the end and people were like, but I don't know how to just dive into it and be like,
well,
hey.
So what I heard from you though is that this topic tonight is like a tiny bit of the course, right? It's like it ties right in. So to me, it's as simple as saying like, hey, here's what we're doing tonight, and just as a FYI, like if you're interested in this or you think you could, this could really help you, my new course is this times 1,000. And if you want to know when it's launched and get the 20% discount, or you don't have to say the discount, you can just join the wait list. Just wanted to make sure you were aware, because it fits so well with what you're talking about. You're basically saying like, we're only going to touch, the surface of really of what we're going to do tonight, but my course will take you in depth. So make sure, and you could just mention that a couple times. And I tell you this because I think it will happen organically, so you don't have to force it, but I think it will just based on your topic.
And I think like what I could say also is like, I could be like, guys, this is like a preview to the Blogger Blueprint, right? Or like,
yeah,
is that okay?
No,
yeah.
Be like this is a preview. Be like, this is a little sliver of what I could grab and share with you in this Instagram Live, but I know it's helpful, and if you're interested in learning more and getting on the wait list, go here. And just you could mention that a couple times throughout, just so everyone who's joining hops in. And I think that'll feel natural, or it'll feel more organic than just like a straight sales pitch, right? And also, some of it is you just have to be like, is this course helpful for people? And if so, you need as many people to know about it, right? If you really believe it's like helpful, then the best way to help them is to let them get on that wait list and join. But don't feel gross about it. So like that's the balance. Is like figure out your level.
Yeah. Will there ever be a time where it just like sells itself, or will I always have to do this because it's so much work?
I mean, I would say like what I'm recommending is selling itself. Like you casually mentioning that there's a wait list is not really selling it. You're not talking about anything specific. It's just like, oh, I have this thing, check it out. So that's the extent of like the pressure you need to feel for it, is more just like, I have this new thing coming out. We're talking a little bit about it tonight. I'm taking a sliver of it. Check it out if you're interested. Yeah, you'll have to tell me if that feels like a lot once you're done. Because you said last time it came up organically. So this is just that, but a little bit more intentional. Yeah. Just because it fits in with the topic. So.
Yeah, it does. Now because I saved the live from the last time, should I put that in my Facebook group, or like make it as a training for, a free training as like an opt-in offer for the email list? Like I need to use that. I need to do something with that. But I'm wondering if I put it in the Facebook group and I'm like, by the way, here's this, like if that's too much promotion, like with promoting the Facebook group and seeing the lives and then promoting the Blogger Blueprint too. That's like people might get confused.
Wait, what are you promoting?
So I'm like keeping all the lives that I do. So I have last week's live, and then I'm like saving to live. And I was thinking about putting them in my Facebook group or using it as like an opt-in offer for my email list. Should I wait till after?
I think sharing it in the group would be fine. I mean, it's pure content. You have a couple things dripped in there about the wait list, but it's like, hey, here's a helpful Instagram live training I did, right? I need to share it with the group. I don't think that's a problem. And As a free opt-in, I don't know if that's the best because it's like a vertical video. Um, I've never seen anybody do it. You could try it; it might work.
Yeah. So then, like, should I hold the videos? Should I wait before putting them into the Facebook group so I'm not promoting? Because what I would do is hop on stories and be like, hey, if you missed my lives, they're now in my Facebook group. But then if I'm like doing that and simultaneously trying to promote the Blogger Blueprint, is that too much? Like, go here, then go there, then go here. Like, I feel like that's maybe a little misleading or misguiding.
Are you promoting the Blogger Blueprint right now in the group?
I'm promoting it everywhere. Yeah, that's like my main focus.
I don't think so, because I mean, it's gonna every time you post to your group, anybody in the group gets notified, but then it like disappears, right? So like, if you 2 days ago you posted about the blueprint in the group, today you post about this is like it's still promoting the group because you're mentioning it. I mean, it's still promoting the program because you're mentioning the wait list, but it's much more content focused. So I think that'd be fine.
Okay, cool.
And then you email me some questions. You want to do those, or do you want to go into the emails?
Yes, I feel like I'm trying to look at my notes here. I feel like I had something. Okay, I wanted to ask about the open cart time. So I think we decided on Friday at 7 a.m. Is that Eastern Standard Time or Pacific Standard Time?
Up to you. Maybe you make it. Maybe you make it Pacific so that you don't have to wake up early. Like, you want to be awake for it just in case something happens. Like, people start emailing like they can't buy or something weird. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, you could pick 9 a.m. Pacific. It doesn't really matter. But I would make it a little easier on yourself so it's like everything's set up for it and you can be ready to handle it.
Okay. Yeah, I was just like, I'm overanalyzing the time. Like, okay, because I was thinking about Kim Kardashian. She launched her like Skims collection, and hers is always like 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then 12 p.m. here. And I'm like, okay, people are at lunch. People are just getting to work. Like, that could work. So I just have to like. Yeah,
you could do that too. So I mean, it really is up to you. I wouldn't worry too much about the perfect day or time for the first launch. Okay. I don't think that's going to move the needle enough where it's like success or failure is because of the time and day. You know, if you test it, you might find like a certain day and time opening and closing works better than others, but none of it's going to be like 90% better or something like that.
Okay. And then for like back to the early bird specials and bonuses, because I'm launching on a Friday, it's kind of like awkward because if the early bird special is only for like 48 hours, that's Sunday, I guess, or Saturday.
I would have it go to Monday night.
Okay.
Just so then that would be the extra time. Yeah.
And then the bonuses expire like Tuesday or Wednesday. Or wait, no, we were doing the bonuses expire Monday, and then the 20% off expires Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe.
Well, so I don't remember if we solidified. There's the discount for people on the wait list.
Yes.
And then do non-waitlist people, it's just the bonuses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I think you were going to take away like 2 of the 4 bonuses for the early bird.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I forgot.
You could take all of them away too. If you think like all together they're like a really strong offer, that you could take those away for the early bird and then just let it go. But I would have the 20% discount for the wait list also end of Monday at midnight, just so you don't confuse yourself too much. It all is kind of happening at the same timeline.
Mm-hmm. So then the bonuses, the 2 of the 4 bonuses also are done Monday at midnight.
Yes, for all non-waitlist people. And then if you wanted to keep the 2 extra bonuses live, then maybe you have those go till Wednesday, and then the cart close is the final like push to kind of get people to make a decision.
Okay. All right, cool.
And you can play around with that. Like that's like I've seen a lot of variations. I mean, that's a pretty classic way to do it, but you can mess around with that. There's no like you'll sometimes with some of those early bird and bonus disappearing bonuses are trying to do is get people, because most launches it's like the first day and the last day are like 80% of sales, and so you're trying to get a little more consistency to see if that gives you overall better volume. So that's why you have those middle disappearing bonuses, but you don't have to have it that way. So you could just have all of the bonuses disappear after Monday if you want. It's up to you.
Okay. All right. Now for the questions. I actually think that you answered it with like the Instagram Live, emails, blog posts, static posts. Oh, well, okay. So I have like a launch strategy for specifically Instagram, like static posts. So obviously like I'm doing stuff on stories 24/7, but for static posts, I was going to do like 4 to 5 times a week. And I looked at one of your other clients and she like doesn't post that much in terms of static posts for launches. And so do I need to do that? Because it's like, I feel like I'm just like, bam, blogger blueprint, bam, bam, bam. Like, I just don't want to annoy people.
No, and that's where I would maybe, that's where ads might be better for you. Like post once organically, like a really clear call to action to join the waitlist or to buy. And during the sales period, you could have a couple of those go out, but then you could be running an ad. You could just turn that organic post into an ad to make sure everyone in your audience sees it, but then you're not having to post a bunch. And you can control it a little better.
That's actually a perfect segue because so I did promote the live for tonight. Cool. Like I boosted that post, and it didn't give me an option to just boost to my audience. It said like either I could create one, which I started to do, and then I was like no, because then it also gave the offer or the option of promoting to people who like your stuff already and people who'd be interested in you, like automatically. So I was like, let's try that. My likes went up. Like this picture is not even great. Like my face isn't showing and my likes are like way more. And I got more followers and I had a little bit more comments, but the people that were liking the photo and following me were like weird, creepy, spammy, like foreign accounts.
Okay, let's
I'm like, are those the people that I attract to?
So you promoted it to people in your audience, right? Or who was it? It was people like...
It didn't give me that as an option. So I don't know if I did something wrong.
Let me see. My dog's going crazy. Yeah, I mean, you can target people like your followers, right? That's the closest it gets you to do.
So for anyone who's watching, this was the post that I promoted, and it's nothing spectacular. Like you can't even see my face, which typically doesn't perform well, but
yeah. So you can only So
this and that's what I did.
We might want to do it in the ads manager. This might be the best way for you to do it.
So I guess I have creepy, spammy people as my followers then.
Because you did the option of Instagram, like target people like your followers. Or did you just do the general interest, which like when you're on this screen?
I did. What does it say? You broke up. I can't read it. And
yeah. There's automatic Instagram targets people like your followers or create your own.
Yes, that one.
The target people like your followers, right? And that one is it targets people like your followers. It looks for people who've engaged with your content before and may be interested in seeing more. So
would that have been the best?
That's all you can do, and that's all you can do in the app. What we can do is for the next one, we can go into your ad account and see if we can make something a little better there.
Okay.
Because worst case, we can.
Now,
if we can't target your actual followers, we can target all your site visitors and things like that, which might be the second best option.
it did give me an option to choose people to target. So I would have chosen like, people that were interested in fashion bloggers or had personal blog or something like that.
Yep.
Would you recommend that? Or
You could. That's not going to be I would do that not right before a launch. I mean, that's something I would do in between launches when you're doing lead gen or you're trying to build up some branded content. So like if you did a bunch of videos like that, you put them out, you could then retarget everybody who watches it from all these cold audiences and then give them an opt-in. But for something like this right before your launch, I don't know if that's the best place to spend your time or money. I would be focused more on nurturing everyone who follows you and knows you. So maybe let's put a pin in that because maybe next Tuesday we look at ads and and maybe what we do is we could promote next Tuesday your Thursday Instagram Live before the card open.
Okay. Okay, so then you're saying that I don't have to have like 5 posts for the next 2 weeks on Instagram route because they're lengthy, like they're insane. Not insane, but they're just intense.
You've already made them?
I have. Like, it wouldn't be a problem if I were to do it, but I just don't want to lay it on too thick.
Yeah, I think you don't need. And so they're all they're all for the card open period or for the card open period?
They're for both. Like, I have them. I basically have everything planned until I'm done, until the 13th or whenever the cart closes.
Yeah, you could, if the ones that are like overtly promotional, you could maybe back off those a little bit. If it's just good content, if it's an Instagram post about blogging, but not necessarily the course, that'd be a good one to send out. But if it's like 4 in a row that are just like join the program, we could pretty much do what you want with just like one. We could do it more effectively with one ad than 4, because even 4 organic posts are going to have less reach than like one ad spent with like $20 of ad spend.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at it now. It says, so like for next week, 4 days until the blogger blueprint, and then what it is, who it's for, what you'll learn. I've never done a post like that, breaking it down. So I figure I should have that.
Yep.
And then the next post is ask me anything. I know I've been talking about it a lot. Just ask me anything. And then the next one is why I share all my blogging secrets in my new course. And then the other one is, content that works on Instagram doesn't work on Facebook. Content that works on Facebook doesn't work on Pinterest. Want to know why? Find out all that times 1,000 more in my new course, the Blogger Blueprint. And then when it opens, the Blogger Blueprint is open for enrollment. And then I go into like pain points that people have. Is that too much?
It honestly doesn't even, because those aren't just like join. Like one was an ask me anything, right? One is sharing like what the course is. I actually think those all sound fine. You could post all those.
Okay.
If you wanted to. Yeah. And then I would maybe, pick one to be an ad and make sure and use the ad to have everybody in your audience see it just so they're aware.
Yeah. Probably the one like what it's about, I think would be good for that.
That could be a good one.
Yeah, I thought they were good. Like, I would hate for them to go to waste because I worked so hard on them, but I didn't want it to be like...
those seem like pure content. Yeah, a lot of those were much more content than just like salesy, so I think that's good.
Okay. Okay, good.
Do you want to go into your emails now, or did you have more questions? Okay.
Nope, I was just going to see if you wanted to do that. Okay, so I'm sharing... I'll share this.
I don't see anything. Oh yeah, hang on, something's happening. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Something.
So these.
There we go.
Okay, so this is the pre-launch that we talked about because you said for like for launch date.
Hang on, the audio is breaking up a little. Say that again.
I have a pre-launch email which I wanted to send out Thursday.
Got it.
For
Okay, you're still breaking up a little, but I heard that this is the pre-launch email.
just yes.
I'm not sure why the audio is doing that. It's like very vibrational. Okay, so this went out or didn't go out? I missed that.
This did not go out. So this is for next Thursday, a day before launch.
Okay, cool.
And I have to fix some, little blanks and stuff that I need to fill in, but
okay, so this is going out Thursday. The card opens Friday.
yes.
Okay, so let's see. How does it? What's the subject line?
I don't have one yet. This is for something else.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't have one yet.
Okay, cool. Let's look at the email again. And what's the goal of the email?
I guess to let people know to be on the lookout that tomorrow's launch day, and to kind of, I guess, I don't know, what is to join, like if they're not on the wait list, they can get on the wait list now. Like, so one more push for the wait list.
No, I think it's good. And they're also then, you're giving them a heads up that tomorrow's the day.
Yeah.
Cool.
Should I remove this and like my little signature? Because these are both images. And will that, because I'm like, people tell me all the time my stuff ends up in spam or they never get my email. So do you think I should take everything?
I'm a big fan of non-formatted emails. So not even, centered or anything, just like looking like it came from Gmail. But I wouldn't change what you normally do. I think anytime you have images or anything like that, it can, not everyone accepts images that, so it could look weird. But I don't know. I don't necessarily want to tell you to change anything you're currently doing. I don't think removing it will necessarily change your deliverability and open rates or anything like that right now.
Okay. Is it because it's not like just regular, because it is formatted? Is that why? Like, would I have to change the format to like just plain text or something?
Potentially, yeah. I know formatted emails sometimes can get flagged more as promotional and things like that. But I mean, emails are getting smarter and smarter, so everything's getting filtered the right way. So I don't know how much you can actually avoid going into promotional label or anything like that.
Yeah, maybe for next time it would be fun to do like an A/B test. Like this is, I'll just run them normally, and then my next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So this demo looks fine. I would just don't forget to go in and add in all the blanks, because I saw some blanks about pricing and things like that.
Yep. So then I have, so that was pre, and then
card open.
Do you think we should do you said no 1 hour reminder, but if anything, do an email later in the afternoon on the same day?
Yeah, I don't think you need to do a 1 hour. I mean, I've seen people coach that, like do the 1 hour reminder to get people excited so everyone shows up at this first time. But I think if you told people the day before, tell them when it's open, and then I like following it up because it is Friday. They're probably not going to hear from you Saturday, Sunday.
That was my other question. If I should send something to them Saturday, Sunday.
I don't think you need to. I think you can give it a break.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would send something in the morning on Friday, card open, send something in the afternoon as just a reminder, that they have until Monday at midnight to join and get all the bonuses. And then, do you have a separate email that goes out for the waitlist people?
I was just going to duplicate this and like change some things around and send it to the wait list and to my master list.
But like in one email, or have two? Excuse me, have two separate emails.
They'd be two separate emails, but it would be essentially the same email. Just I would change because the wait list is 20%, so I would add that in.
Yeah, that's fine. I would just make sure they're getting different emails so you can hammer home that like the wait list is getting the bonuses and the discount. And then have the subject line maybe be obvious that it's like the wait list discount and bonus coming their way or whatever, But yeah, perfect. Okay.
Is this like an okay subject line? The blank you've been waiting, like the course you've been waiting for, or
See, I feel like that feels a little salesy. Like it might. I feel like you want something that's going to get people to not immediately feel like they're being, like what would.
Yeah.
It's going to get. We just want them to click, right? We don't want to lie to them and get them to click, but it's like, you could add a little bit of intrigue in there. You could do something around the secret. Like it could be more like the secret thing I've been building. Or my answer to every one of your blogger questions, right? Like, So that just I was seeing like 5 of my face. That was disorienting. Let me put this off. Cool.
The audio was like, I think the screen sharing is like messing up the audio because I couldn't hear you at all.
Yeah, it was confusing it a little bit.
So this is too salesy.
It's not terrible. I mean, but the course you've been waiting for, like, say I haven't opened all like some of your emails recently. I don't necessarily recognize the email address, but like I see that. Maybe I click, but like it doesn't tell me what course. All I know is you're going to be promoting a course. So instead, it might make more sense to do something around like get blogging in there or. Like, what if it was like everything I wish someone had told me about being a successful blogger, right? And then the email is like, this is what the course is.
Yeah, I have a subject line like that because I have 6 of them. So I do have some, like, one of them is your questions answered, which is like an FAQ. The other one is my greatest wish for you, and then it goes into this whole thing.
Yeah,
so I do have something like that. I just, for that first one, I don't know what to say.
That almost the
first one is like
the course
killing
you've been
me.
waiting for almost feels more like that second email that's going to be the follow-up reminder email on Friday, where that one is more straightforward, like, hey, in case you missed it, the course is open, something like that. For the first one, I mean, I think anything around like more about the content of the course, so something like the idea of like everything I wish I had known about being a successful blogger, and then the email is just like I put it all into this course, right? Or you've asked me thousands of questions about how to be a blogger. Here's my ultimate answer. I would workshop these, but I think something like that where you're not being disingenuous about, you're not saying like free puppies and then they click and it's like you're selling them something. Like if it still is exactly what it's still exactly what you're talking about, but you get them past that initial hurdle of like, oh, there's a course. I don't even, like, some people are on your email list. They might not totally remember like what you talk about or what you do, right? So get them intrigued first.
Right. I can't. My pen doesn't move fast enough.
But those are just ideas, and we can workshop those next week too. But I think that's a good direction.
Okay, so then like cart open. So 1 on Thursday, 2 emails Friday, 1 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So yeah, 8 total.
I would have 2 go on Friday if you're going to add in another, and I would have
you did
and
say
the
that.
Friday email same as the the cart open reminder email on Friday and the cart close reminder on Friday can both be like 100 words. You know, it's just like, hey, cart's closing, last chance. Here's what you get. Go to this link. You know, it can be super short and sweet just to get back in front of people.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And up to you. But like sometimes what we've done during a launch is you send out those 2 emails, and then you can send out one final third email like 2 hours before cart close, just to people that have opened like the last 6 emails, like the most hyper engaged part of your list. So you could think about doing that, but it's not mandatory. But that's something you can start thinking about. So you're not like overwhelming your list. Is to just send like some of these like duplicate emails just to like the most active piece.
The one thing that we were going to talk about is to have an opt out for people who don't want to Blogger Blueprint. I was looking earlier today and like yesterday, and I couldn't find like that option. I mean, I did see tags, but it seemed confusing to me.
Yeah, and so
if I do like edit, if I hit edit and then I can do a segment or a tag, and then okay, so if I click tags, it says like new subscribers, active, repeat, first time, or that's a segment.
It's gonna be I think the way you do it is with a group. So I haven't done this in a very long time on MailChimp, but I think you can have everybody on your email list, so you get them set into a group, and I think you then can have it be like they either visit a page, and when they hit that page, that removes them from the group, or on the actual link click, they get removed. But this might be a little too complicated to set up.
Yeah, is it totally bad if I don't have that as an option?
No, I don't want to give you more. It was more in response to like if you're super worried about unsubscribes from like a launch. But honestly, if they're unsubscribing, this is your product. Like, what's the point of having them on your list? And they've been giving them a lot of free content. So if they unsubscribe, they unsubscribe. So I think if it feels like too much, I wouldn't deal with it now. There is a way to do it though. Because I know I've done it, and it's not crazy complicated. It's just a little bit more than I think I remembered it to be. Because there are some emails like I know in ConvertKit, you can add tags when people click a link. So you could easily have a thing where it's like click this link and you'll never hear about this course again. They click it, and then you say everybody who has that tag.
Well, that along with the plain text email, so like adding an opt out and plain text email.
What about it? Can you hear me? Did we freeze? Brittany, you there?
Yes.
I think we might be super delayed. Are we back?
I think so.
Okay, cool. What were you saying? So what about the plain text email and the link?
So for the plain text email and then opt out link, I think like those would be good to A/B test for when I relaunch.
Yep, that sounds good.
Like just something to like post.
Yeah, and I think an important thing to note is like there's a lot of things you can do. So half the battle here on your first launch is just figuring out like what can you actually get finished and what's important. And so I would say those things that we just talked about are things that can be next launch if you don't have time.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. And you need to go because you have an Instagram Live you're doing again, and you have people who signed up and said they'd show up. Do you have any locked and loaded where if they don't show up to do it live with you, you can still like go to their profile and give them advice?
Yeah, I like pre-made the bullet points, like their strengths and then areas of improvement. So I have that for 3 people, but I'm hoping like 2 of the 3 will hop in the live with me.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be really good if they do. So, and I bet if you can get one, more will do it. It's just getting that one person who's like brave enough to be the first.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and don't be afraid to promote that wait list.
We'll say.
You can. It fits so perfectly with the content tonight. I don't think it'll feel too gross.
Yeah, I'm really nervous now because I did promote, like I had so much feedback. So now I feel like there are going to be more people. Like last time I had no expectation. Now I have the expectation. So I'm like, oh my God.
But hopefully once it kicks off, you'll feel better so you can promote it. Because that's why you're here, to promote this wait list and promote the course.
Yeah, I know. And that, usually happens. Like I get all nervous and then like the camera goes on and I'm like, boom, like I'm on it and I feel good and it works out, but it's the anticipation of it.
Oh, I get it. Trust me. Okay. We'll let you go and we'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck tonight. See you, Brittany.
Bye.